Hello folks, GWT, the Wonder Man YouTube channel and West Truther channel. I want to, hey, how y'all doing? You real folks, please share my videos. I can't even break 100 subscribers on my Wonder Man channel, and I'm posting the same stuff there that's here, and I'm getting hundreds of views. You know, YouTube just recently deleted another one of my videos. The title of the video was called Flat Earth Education Ring of Power 7. Ring of Power was a documentary that I purchased out of country and got mailed to me, and it started me off in a lot of directions on who royalty was, how they were connected to the ancient pharaohs and all, and the Romans and stuff, and how they're still ruling the earth today. Their bloodlines are still ruling the earth. Y'all may not know it or believe it, but just like America, that's a military arm, that's muscle for the Swiss octagon. But anyway, that Flat Earth Education Ring of Power showed all the presidents, gave their names and talked about who their ancestry bloodline was, a bunch of royals. These people are royals. They're part of the elite families, and they're appointed to their offices by the upper members of the elite families, not your votes. And any of you that thinks your votes matter, I understand your thinking, but you are wrong. You are so fooled, just like the flat earth versus the globe earth. I mean, with all the stuff going on today about the flat earth, I post videos and y'all just blow them off. You ignore them. You don't share them. Some of my videos should have 1 million views, and I don't monetize. But some of my videos, the information in them should have 1 million views. Easy, 1 million. That's one out of approximately 300 and some. One out of 300 and some. I'm laying down some heavy stuff, and it ain't going anywhere because they fear what I'm saying. They know what I'm saying is online pretty much all the time, and they fear what I'm saying, so instead of coming to my house and killing me, they block my speech outward to anybody else in the world. Very few real people. And I'm answering y'all's emails, and y'all ain't getting the emails. I'm sorry for that, but I'm trying. When I send you an email, I do a search in my sent mail, but man, they come into my sent mail and delete things. They go in. They are all over me. Y'all need to understand that. The only way I could get out of here would be to ride with 2 or 3 armed people who will shoot it out with anybody that messes with us from point A to point B. I only feel confident with people that are like that can do that, or is at least willing to try to do that. But anyway, let me tell y'all something. When I was a kid, when old people talked, they made sense. Not just to me, but they made sense to a lot of other kids when I was a kid. Now, today, almost everyone rejects what old people say. So no sense is learned. Here's something for you, Glober sleepyheads. You can look across Lake Michigan and see the whole city of Chicago from Grand Mears, or M-E-R-S, MERS, Park, at a distance of just about 60 miles. And you can see all the way on to the Rocky Mountains. There is a bridge that's over 100 miles long in China, and it's the same distance above the water from side to side, and it stays the same distance above the water for over 100 miles, and there is no hump in it. How often do you look at your trees? Oaks and other hardwood trees are getting spots of discolored bark like palomino horses. Y'all that's chemtrails doing that, folks. The frequency can affect plants too, just like human voices and human frequencies can affect plants. And Do you know that there is a term called angular resolution? Now, they make up words all the time and new meanings that Funk and Wagnalls and all these people never heard of for hundreds of years. But anyway, this angular resolution is supposed to be that thing that limits your vision resolution at a distance, looking flat, that you see a boat go out of sight across the water away from you, and then you can use a visual aid and see the whole boat again without moving your body other than to raise a seeing assistant to your eyes. Great flat distances become out of clarity and focus because of angular resolution. See, when you're looking a long ways away, what you're looking at just gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and it does not have to be a boat on the water. It can be an airplane in the sky, anything. When it gets further and further, or your view is looking further and further away, if it's not a huge object, you are not going to be able to see things that is right there where visual aids can bring them into focus. So at a great distance, your field of view narrows down so much that it becomes out of focus, and you need to widen your lens. But anyway, other people across the Tiger River watched Rome begin to build about 100 BC. No, I'm sorry about that, about 800 to 900 BC. God, all these dates. But on the average of almost 1,000 years BC, Rome began. It became very powerful about 5 to 400, between 500 and 400 BC. It became very powerful, and it was reaching for the whole earth by 300 BC. It was reaching to control the whole entire earth by 300 BC. Rome was reaching across the pond, and Rome and the pharaohs, just like the great Jew pharaoh, a Roman, or I mean he's an aristocrat. Tiberius Julius Alexander was a Roman. It was a Jew. Any of his human bloodline is part of the humanity that was engineered to create we hybrids. Do you understand what I just said? Any of his human bloodline is part of the humanity that was engineered to create we hybrids. We are hybrids, and we're created by hybrids. And these hybrids are created by mixing the genes, and they created us, but we're not the first line of humans. There were other humans before us. Think of the Arctic hybrids crossing Big Feet with their gene. Think about that. Could be us. I mean, you know, for 40,000 years and 40,000 years ago, all types of historians have found things of man's hands and man's records, but there is no consistent evidence of art or burial or grave site artifacts until 40,000 years ago, when a new type of human being came to be awakened after over 100,000 years of evidence found for human type skeletal remains and something to indicate humans were here, but they weren't as pretty as us. Okay? About 120,000 or more years ago, I have heard humanity goes back that far. But every so often, it looks like they get rid of everybody and they start all over again, and the next strain of humanity. Now, understand that there's a higher level of humanity on earth with us right now. They're more intelligent than us. and they try not to let themselves be found out about, usually. But I don't know that for a fact. I haven't researched it. Someone asked me to research archons, and I'm going to get interested in it. I just want them to send me a packet of what they think is the best information videos and documentaries that they can find on that. Because when I go into something, it takes many, many hours before I can tell if I'm interested in it. Then it takes many, many hours for me to try to be able to explain to someone else what I have surmised from what I have researched. But we share with the reptilian species a limbic neocortex. Now that is a lizard slash reptilian slash Draco or draconian type brain. Same brain. You just think about that. The tree of life is a euphemism for the knowledge of human genetics. Those hybrids who created us come from a species of super scientific knowledge and understanding, so they can make things. And this earth could be part of them, but where they come from, how they got started, who knows? I don't know. But when something has been around for millions of years, I don't even care. I don't care who put it here. I just think it ought to be taken care of. It ought to be respected. So humans can be made smart or stupid from the knowledge of human genetics. As a whole era of that species, they can increase their knowledge or decrease their knowledge. They can change their appearance or not change their appearance. They can retard or advance an appearance. They can make you look like a gray if they want to. And I will tell y'all folks something now. Listen to me. Being considered crazy by those who are still victims of cultural conditioning is a compliment. If you show yourself to be more awake within that society of those being culturally conditioned, then for this reason, most of those people who are still going through cultural conditioning, they will call you crazy. Their minds are not awake. Their perception is limited, and it's biologically, scientifically, chemically, it's induced electromagnetic frequencies are in control of us. 5G can kill us, can disintegrate a human body. 5G. And they're going to 6 and 60. And your power companies can crank up your smart meters and set your whole entire house on fire. And I'll tell you something, folks. I'm not normal. I'm not normal. I'm part of a specialized class of enlightened individuals who wants to share some knowledge. And nobody wants to pass anything on. And when your spirit is all that's left, when a person gets down and their spirit's all that's left, and you know that you don't have a home, not as sad as those on the streets and the byways and those in the woods, but when you know that there is no longer any place that you could ever call a home and no place that you could ever feel at home, that's a load on your head right there for some folks. And so this, I want to tell y'all in the next part of this video, I'm going to tell you something that could be a plan for the people to regain some statue across this earth. It's just an idea. It would make a good movie. But anyway, y'all try to come back for the next part. Thank you.